everybody. Welcome back to Okies Eden. Today I'm going to be doing a live with just me puttering around the garden like I do. This is stuff I do on a daily basis. But today, my main goal is to weed trim the front of that fence. So all along this fence, I'm going to weed trim. I'm going to take my blade and I'm going to pop all of the zip ties, take these posts out, peel back that fence. And then we're going to cultivate a little bit over here. And then I'm going to dig a hole there and a hole there, which is going to take that post and that post. And you'll see what I'm doing. So sit tight for a while. Hopefully I'm charging. Let me check. I am charging again. Okay, here we go. So, not gonna be a lot of talking. You're just gonna see me tripping around and hurting myself and all that fancy stuff. Okay, so now you can see I got that trimmed up pretty good. I'll take my rake in there and get that raked out. So now I'm going to clip the fence about 3 foot that way, back that way, and this way, because I want the longest section I can possibly keep. Hey, driving daily. So let me go get my clippers and we're gonna knock that out. With chicken wire fence, always, hey Grandma Teresa, always wear gloves. These have a, I think they call it some kind of polymer, and it keeps you from getting poked. But let me go disconnect this over here and clip this down, and then I will sever all of the zip, pull these posts, and remove this. Okay, so there you have it. That's all severed now. Now I can just peel it back like a banana and I'll roll it up and put that fence over there. Now I can get in here with the weed trimmer again, and then I'll get in there with my cultivator. Okay, so there we have it. Now I can get back in here, I'll rake this real quick, see if any of it pulls up. And then I'll get my weed trimmer and my cultivator in here. Then I'm gonna pop this and this. We'll dig a quick hole to drop these posts in. This is gonna go off for a second. I just wanted to make sure I was still charging. Let me get my rake. I gotta figure out what I did with my rake. Oh, there it is. I'm not sure how much more string I have in here, but we will give it a try. Okay, that's easier than digging with a shovel, which I'm going to do right now. So let me start over here. I'll pull this post and then start digging that hole. So I'm only going a foot down in that hole, and then the 4x4 will go there. Do the other hole here, 4x4 there. Let me go get my tape measure. I'll be right back. Okay. Went and got some paint to mark the next set of holes with. But you know what? While we're out here, at least while we're out here today, let's do this. Let's at least have a nice day together. Everybody have a smile. Oh. Got my tape measure. Let me go get my hammer to tamp with. what I'm going to do is I'll take each of these 4x4s and I'll set them in the dirt, and I'll tamp the dirt around them using my dead blow hammer. I'm not using cement on these. These are not going to be, these aren't structural. Besides, I'm going to have a post, a 3-foot picket fence right there and here, and that's going to form an L, which is going to give it the strength. And then eventually I'm going to put a couple terraced beds in there with dirt and grow some plants, so it's a V-shaped step garden there and there. So let me go tamp this one in. Let me check my measurement here. This doesn't have to be perfect, okay? I'm about a foot down. That's fine. That's what I wanted. And then you just put your dirt in. I'm just going to do this by eye. I will eventually do this with a level when I hook the fences to it. I'm not doing that today. So I'm just going to tamp this in a little bit just so you can kind of see where I'm going with this. And then when that ground hardens and dries, it's going to be nice and firm. I'll have a fence here, fence there. And the surprise, I haven't told anybody yet, my son made this years ago. He made this for me. Since we've used it, the little dowel rod is broke off for the birds to stand on. I'm going to attach a base, a new dowel rod, seal it up with some caulking, repaint it, and this is going to go on a mount. And this is going to go here in some way, shape, or form. So, again, another memory. My son built me this. This will be really cool. And then I'll have my directional signs here pointing different directions. There's one. Go over to the second one here. There it goes. Cannot get that clip to work this morning. Okay. Hey everybody. So my smiley face is smiling. I'll have to call him Guy Smiley or something. Remember that from, was that Sesame Street? Was Guy Smiley? How's everybody doing today? Let me take a quick break. But you're kind of seeing now what's happening. Post. I'm going to put a post there. And then right about here, I'm going to mark the holes for my trellis. And that's where my trellis is going to go. Okay, so, oh, I'm glad, Chef said. Best gardener, I don't know about that. So there it is. So you can see both posts. Now, what's going to happen is this, eventually, this will be mounted here. Only that'll be down in the ground. So that'll go down about a foot and attach to that rail or that post. And that's why I said I don't need concrete there, because I'm gonna have a 3-foot picket and a 3-foot picket running this way. And once they tie in, that won't move. And then on the other side, will be this little number. So, and then dead, which I'm gonna do right now, is gonna be one of these trellises. You guys have all seen my trellises. This thing here, one of these, is gonna be right in the center. And then chicken wire from this picket fence and from this picket fence to the trellis. And then I'll create an Okies Eden sign going in that way. Jason, Granny, it's Jason. Here, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna use all of my French knowledge, all of my 2 years from my high school French class, 2 full years that I barely passed, and I'm gonna use my French using my name, okay? Here we go. Je m'appelle Jason. Et toi? That's hello, my name is Jason. And you? And yours? Or whatever. I don't even know anymore. But I always remembered that. That's the only thing I remember from high school, from French class. Hey, Misty. So it's Je m'appelle Jason et toi? And I know oui, and I can laugh in French. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Do that. I can laugh in French fluently. So now I'm just gonna get a quick, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna do a measurement where I'm kind of central for my trellis. So, I think it's about 24 feet. Let's hope. Alrighty then, let me do this. Okay. We're gonna be that way. Okay. Alright. My old Stanley power lock is gonna fight me. It just lost. Oh yeah. What do we got? Okay, so I'm about 20 feet. So I want to go in 10, which will put me in center about. All right. So my 10-foot center is right here. And then it's 36 inches wide. So I need something to mark my center. That string is going to be my center. I am so precise with my measurement. So now what I want is inches, right? 36 inches. So that's going to be the width of my trellis. We jump in the dirt here, which I'm very good at doing. And then I want about, it's going to be 16 inches wide. wide. Now remember, these don't have to be exact. The hole's going to be that big, so I can move it any way I want. It does not have to be exact. But now I can take my holes for my trellis. I'm building the trellis in the shop this week. I'm not going to film that, I've already done one. But when I do put it in, I'll have you guys out here again for a visit. Give me 1 second because I got to check to make sure I'm charging. Good. Okay, so, okay, Okie, that's enough slacking off. Get to work. Dig those holes, fool. So again, I only have to go about a foot down. This tool, Misty, you might be interested in this. $5, Dollar General. This is one of the best tools I own for digging holes. I mean, it's just crazy. So, let me start. I'm gonna go around. And you can see it's about a 8-inch diameter hole maybe. So I'm gonna have play in the trellis. So let me get my holes dug first. Oh, I gotta tell you guys this. This was my leg that was injured. I don't know if you can see this, but this is where the incisions were, and it's still black and blue. But there's that. But if anybody has grandkids, my granddaughter, 5 years old, I got a text from my daughter yesterday, and my granddaughter, who's 5 now, I wanted her to text me a video of her, and the message was, Papa Jason, I hope your leg is okay. How's your leg doing? 5-year-old. And my daughter said it was not prompted. She's a very thoughtful, kind young lady, 5 years old, and we see him about once a month. And I just thought that was so awesome that my granddaughter wanted to text me a video message to make sure my leg was okay. All right, that's enough of a break. And get back to work, fool. Dig those holes, dig them. I'm so lazy when it comes to this. Someone's got to get after me. I need a supervisor out here, which I do. I have my supervisor right here. I'm going to call him Guy Smiley. Hashtag Sesame Street. If you remember Guy Smiley. These only have to be a foot deep. I wanted to get these dug today because once I make the trellis, I want to set it right away with my concrete. Because if we go through a dry spell, this dirt, if anybody knows about Oklahoma soil, it can be hard. Some of my areas over here had clay. This is mostly dirt, but it can be hard, packed. When it rains, if you need to do any digging, give it a couple of days worth of rain, let it soak, and then it digs so easy. You saw how quick I dug those 2 holes for the posts. These are only taking longer because I'm talking so much and lazy. Alrighty, so those are about a foot deep. So that's all they need to be. And that is where the 6-foot trellis will be. 7-foot trellis will go right here. And then these fences will be attached. So let me move the camera for a second because I got to show you something else. Oh, it's unhooked. All right. Let me just go blank for a second because I did unplug the charger. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see if I can get you a little further into the garden here. Because what we're doing now is these humps here are from the planter boxes. Those were my first pumpkin plants. They grew all through here. I think I got like 20 or 30 pumpkins off these two, which was, there's 4 plants, not just 2 plants. So what we are going to do is I'm going to go figure out actually what we're going to do. In the meantime, while I'm doing that, let me bring Guy Smiley. Make sure there's no snakes under here. And Mr. Let's see, this can come out. This can come out. This can come out. Guy Smiley can go right there. So what I was going to do was I was going to put that material in the back in the planter boxes, but this material here is compost, native soil. My son gave me some extra potting soil at one point. There's that in there, and then I have a piece of weed paper, and under that is just some junk mulch, which will compost just fine. But because this whole area here is the new section, I'm going to just kind of sprinkle this around, toss it around here with a shovel real quick. And then in a week or so, when I get the monster tiller out, that'll all get rolled in and tilled in. Also, what I want to do is in a minute, I'm going to go grab that piece of cardboard. I don't think you can see it. Piece of cardboard over here. I'm going to go grab it right now. I'll drag that around, and that's also going to become compost. It's about 50 gallons now of chips and sawdust from our planer that we do with our woodworking. All right. So that's an epic fail. The sawdust was on there most of the summer, so I'm gonna have to do that with a 5-gallon bucket, which I'll do later, and that'll get sprinkled around over here. But I'm gonna go do this with a shovel now, and then I'll see how the weed paper held up. Let me grab my shovel. And then we're gonna do something with compost. These are all just vines. It goes underground. Rot a little bit. Should have done that earlier. But life happens, you know? Okay, so this up here. compost in here because, like I said, this is one of my priorities. Is my potatoes, green beans, and my subscriber garden. This will be a great jump start. Okay. There's one. So you can see a lot of that's been spread around now. That'll just sit there. It'll get rained on. Now, let me move that pallet again. And then I'm gonna get the cultivator over here because I wanna dump this 35 gallons of compost. Let's do that. Oh, let's see. Don't ever get old. Digging up the soil. He might just strike oil. Because he is a farmer. So, remember, this is where I had pumpkin. So that is from, that compost started in 2024. I'm not sure you can see that pile, but where that red bucket is just to the left. I have to go get my next gallon of compost so I can put some in there with some dirt and get that started. So let me go get my compost. I shall return. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to take this is my next gallon of compost. This has eggshells, coffee grounds, potato peelings, carrot peelings, apple peelings. Okay, I do about a gallon or so a week of this. This is going to go over there and be the starter. I'm going to take my the battery operated cultivator, loosen up the soil, throw some in the bottom, toss this on top, throw some more of the native soil in, and we shall be right back. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Hey, somebody put a pumpkin vine in my garden. Okay, so that was 35 gallons I dumped. So by spring, I'll have 35 more gallons in that. And then of course behind me in the subscriber garden, I have 35 more gallons. Misty from Down Home Misty Style was asking about this the one day. And what I'm going to tell you is I like this a lot. It's got the battery, so no fuel. The nice thing about these is it's got an indicator. So I can push this button at any time and it'll tell me how many lights I got. So right now I have 3 lights. I don't know if you can see that, but I have 3 lights. That means I have 3/4 charge left. I've already been using this for weed whacking. This hasn't been charged lately. I used it for some stuff the other day with a jigsaw. These last a long time. And I wasn't really happy at first when I got this because I thought that this was kind of cheesy. So these tines, there's double tines, okay? So 4 tines total. 1, 2, 3, 4. They pop off with this ring. And I thought, you know, boy, to have a stainless steel ring trying to hold on that with all that torque, it's not gonna work. Hasn't failed me yet. The nice thing about this version, this model, I can pop this off. Tines pop off. I can take out all the vines that get wound up in there easy. Some of the other models don't do that. You got to dig in there with a screwdriver to get the tines off or to get the stuff out of the tines. Also, this is torque oriented more so than some of the other ones that are a faster spin. This one here is a solid, really nice motor. This runs at a lower speed but a higher torque, so it chews up the ground better. In my opinion, I've tried a couple of these now, and I think this is the better one. Price, when we went to buy this, it was $89. This is not a paid promotion, by the way. $89 for the unit. $99 for the unit. The battery at that time, the bigger battery, the 4-hour versus the 2, is this was almost $100, $99. So you had $200 plus for this and for this, for the unit and the battery. So my wife went to pick it up. I asked her, hey, can you stop and get this? Because we got 6 of these batteries. Well, she came home with that. Well, when she told me what the deal was, we couldn't pass it up. We wanted to get some new batteries. So between this and this, the total was $189. So we saved like 11 or 12 bucks. So we got this plus this cheaper than if we bought them separate. So just some food for thought. But anyways, let me get back. Let me spread this stuff around here. It's gonna be tossed over here. And then we'll see where, let me get the rake first. Get rid of some of that high grass. I'm gonna have to change, I think, my string here pretty soon. But let me get in here. Okay, I got away with it. So always wear safety glasses, sunglasses when you're doing weed trimming. It's a good way to poke an eye out if you don't do that. So let me go over here by Guy Smiley. He obviously thinks something's funny. And he's starting to annoy me. So wait till I set him next to the poop emoji I'm building. I'm just starting it. I got the paint today. I got the brown and some tan, and I got the white already for the eyes and some black. So I'm tracing it out now, cutting out a poop emoji, and then we'll see how much Guy Smiley thinks it's funny when he's sitting next to a pile of Oklahoma poo. Won't be so funny then, will it? All right, back to work. Enough slacking off, Jason. All right, so let's get this spread out. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Mad skills. Look at that soil. Look how dark it is. That is some good compost right there, people. Nice. So what you can see All that composted dirt is now kind of pushed towards the center. Remember, this is the new section. So none of this was composted except where I planted pumpkins and stuff. So that now has compost on it. Give me a minute. I'm gonna walk over there, try to scoop up some of this sawdust and get that dumped around over here. Okay. You know what? That'll have to do for a bit. I am gonna check real quick, make sure I'm still on charge. Let's turn this puppy around. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm done for a bit. Whew, even it's only about 55, 60 degrees out. You get to moving and grooving. You get old. Oh, I'm done right now. I got up at 4:30, got ready, made some coffee, got up to the store, did our grocery shopping, got gas, 209, paid 209 today. Drove home, filmed a hydroponics video, edited it, loaded it. By then it was about 9:40, and then I came out here, got all the tools ready, except for the ones I obviously forgot during the filming, and I had to go run and get those, but it is what it is. So, but there, you can see the subscriber garden behind me. Let's bring some attention to that. So, and I got, oops, there's my, the red bucket there is the compost that's going to go in that pile or in that garden. And then these are going to be different things from the subscribers. The fence line there is going to be from Shannon. That's going to be sunflowers, etc., etc. But yeah, I did a quick video today. It's about a 10-minute video for the hashtag microdwarf2526. So if anybody's interested in doing that, really easy. You can literally just go to Google or YouTube and just type in hashtag microdwarf, one word, 2526. It'll bring you to it. You can click on where it says videos. You'll see 3 or 4 of mine there. You'll see Carol. You'll see From Broken Bountifully Blessed. You will see, what is her name now? I'm sorry, I'm gonna mess this up. Southern, Gail's Southern Living, I think. Something like that. But her and Broke but Bountifully Blessed are the co-founders of it, I think. And then if you put Gail's channel in you put Gail and Broke but Bountifully Blessed in your description with their channel name and the Micro Dwarf 2526 hashtag in the title, it flags them, and then they make sure it gets put over to that area, so it gets viewed by others you may not be connected with. I've had a couple people check them out. Yeah, it's really cool. So Misty, I know you talked about doing it possibly. I'm sure that Carol would definitely send you some seeds. Like I said, you'll see in the video, I have 2 going gangbusters. 2 they've already sprouted some buds. And yep, sunflowers, can't wait. I'm really excited about the sunflowers. And then, well, I'll tell you what, that sun is just beautiful today. But I got some inside stuff I got to do. I'm going to cook a couple things. Thanks everybody for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. I put that on there the other day, kind of tongue-in-cheek, about needing 73 or 76 subs. And people responded. I was amazed, and I'm thankful that people, the majority of people, from what they don't want to show you on TV and movies and everything, is I think most people have kindness in them, a kindness streak. Thank you, Tiffany, I appreciate that. But for the most part, people have a kindness streak in them. People want to be nice to each other. Don't let people put a wedge between other people or other religions or races. Live your life, be happy, love your family, go to your job, get up, help somebody. That's life. Hate takes a lot of energy. All right, that's enough preaching. Okie doesn't need to preach anymore. You don't want to hear Okie preach. Okie doesn't have much to say. That was about it. But yeah, thanks for everybody for the, yeah, there's a lot of, there's so many nice people. People are supportive. In this, since I've been on here, I'll have some that will fall away. They'll be like your buddy, and then all of a sudden, either something you did or they didn't like, and they decide, well, I'm not going to follow you anymore, and that's fine. That's fine. I'd rather people that like to see the stuff, like to see what I'm doing out here. You can see it's a working process. I mean, last year was to get this thing big, to get this garden the size I wanted, and now it's going to be a beautification. Now I can add my fences, I can add my trellises, excuse me. I can focus on production and yield next year for my potatoes and green beans and my subscriber garden back there. I'm looking for, next year is going to be a really big year. Unless I get hit with some kind of bad weather that wipes out crops, with the amount of composting I've done all around this garden and stuff I just threw down and all the wood chips I put in here, I got leaves to rake over here, and then I'm going to use the beast and till it all in this winter. This garden hopefully will really produce next year a lot. Thank you very much, having fun. If nobody's noticed yet, I did a community post to have fun in nature, and I are doing a collaboration on Sunday, 3 p.m. Central, I think. I could be wrong on that. Check the community post or ask Tiffany at Have Fun in Nature. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Montana's really cool. They live in Montana. That whole region, you get Montana, Utah, South, North Dakota, Wyoming, all that is just beautiful country up there. It really is. It's just beautiful country. It's beautiful right now. I wouldn't want to be there right now. So God bless you guys for being up there right now. I'm happy to be right here right now. It's a little breezy. It's about 60 degrees now. You can see the sun hitting me. And I'm going to go in and do a little work on the inside, then I'm going to come back out and probably do some more just messing around. Probably maybe next Tuesday when I go live, I might be out here again, because by then I'll have the trellis in, and then I can reattach some fencing, put some posts in, and then I can probably start to work on my border around the bottom. I'm putting a wood border all around the bottom, inside and out, about, it's pallet wood, and that'll be for weed abatement. So what I'll do is I'll sandwich the fence between two pieces. So I'll have two pieces at the ground level, horizontal. I'll just put wood screws through. It'll pinch them together. And then when I plant, I'll plant about 16 inches inside the fence. And then if I do get any weeds near the fence, like you saw me struggling with it earlier, what happens is the wire from the weed trimmer can get caught in that chain link in that chicken wire fence. So I'll put a wood border all the way around the fence, and then inside and outside I can just zip along. It'll take me 10 minutes to go around my whole garden here and do any of the weed trimming, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. So but yeah, and then I got over there's a video coming up. Over there I put down tarps on the new asparagus bed that's going to be planted in the spring. But I put down about 20 foot of tarps, covered them with some pallets, and then I pruned all back to the ground all of my asparagus plants, and then I mulched it with the extra mulched pumpkin vines I mulched up. So that's all mulched, all covered, so I won't have any weeds in it. So in the spring, that'll be the first planting I do. I missed that one. The first planting I'm going to do in the spring will be my asparagus, because they'll be the first thing ready to go. Because I can plant those in February and cover them, and they stay underground until it gets warmer. They take 2 to 3 weeks before they sprout, so I can plant them in late February. And then probably early March, this section here I'm in right now, that I've been working on, this whole area here should be my potatoes. And then that area over there, where near the asparagus, will be mainly the green beans. And then I'll have a section by the apple trees here. That'll be the second priority stuff. That'll be beets, radishes, and pepper plants and things like that. Things that if they don't produce, I don't care. They're nice if they do. I'll have really good luck with it, because I had a lot of good luck with beets and radishes last year. I did 6 plantings of beets with our weather down here. Even in the hot summer, beets produced. If you remember, I had radishes that were the size of beets. That's how good they grew in the summer. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, when you guys see this again, when we come out and do a couple more lives like this, you're going to see it all tilled up. You're going to see the fence with a border all around it. I should have a corner post, like those 4x4s, at each main corner. The fence should be done. The border should be done. Trellises should be done. And more importantly, my happy emoji will be hung somewhere, and my poop emoji will be finished and hung somewhere. Because, you got to have a poop emoji, in your, hey, look it, days are one of 2 days. You get up in the morning, you stub your toe, you drink your coffee, it goes down the wrong pipe, you choke on something, you get angry, your day turns to poo emoji. Other days you come out, sun's shining, coffee tastes great, you have a great breakfast, you got a smiley face emoji. You get to choose the one. You walk out and you can be like, okay, today I'm going to be the poo emoji, or I'm going to be the happy emoji. It's just a reminder. I got to do somebody mentioned the other day, I got to do a grumpy one. I guess they think I'm grumpy, which I am. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this. You saw me stumbling around like an old man. I'm just glad things are finally have turned the corner. My leg healed up. My grandson, a couple days ago, turned the corner with his pain. That was an issue. So thank you everybody for everybody's prayers and thoughts and concerns for my grandson. I got to watch him yesterday for a few hours and the night before for a few hours. I'll probably have him tomorrow night and the next night. And even if he's up all night, he's happy, he's smiling, he's engaged, so much, much better. So thank you everybody for that. Thanks everybody for supporting me. Thanks for everybody supporting each other, because this is a really good community. We got some really good people in here, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And next year should be pretty exciting, because I know Shannon's got plans, and she's got that raised bed. I know Misty has plans for next year, and she's got that tiller now. I got some different equipment here, getting a canner. So we're all going to be doing a lot of stuff next year. Some of us are going to be planting pumpkins. We're going to have the subscriber garden. We're all going to be cooking stuff, sharing recipes, sharing seeds, being obnoxious with each other, because that's the most important thing, is to make sure you can be obnoxious with each other. Always find friends you can be obnoxious with. So you can have a lot of fun. If you don't take it too far, you can take it too far, but you can have a good time with people if you can clown around and joke around. Amy, I hope Amy's feeling better. I see her name coming up. I know Amy had some dental stuff done. Hopefully she's feeling better. Simply Debbie Sue, I hope she's doing better. I know she did a couple of videos. I think she's doing well. I know Misty's foot was bothering her. Hopefully she's doing well. I think Spongy might have had, I think Spongy had a cold or something the other day. Hopefully she's feeling better. Ed hurt his back, or Ed's back was bothering him with Misty cooking on a budget. So everybody's just falling apart here. We need some young blood here in our, we need some young blood in this community. So put the word out. We need some young blood in this community. We got a bunch of old geezers here falling apart. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm glad, Amy. Good. Yeah. Yeah, we are falling apart. It is rather funny. You know, you can be so careful as you get older. It's just like you tweak something, you could just sneeze and your back goes out. But, nah, tornado. You know, I don't even, tornadoes have Okie warnings. Okay, I don't fear tornadoes. Tornadoes fear me. Tornadoes have Okie warnings. When I'm in the area and there's a tornado, there's a siren that goes off for a tornado to let it know that Okie is in the area, and he's not happy. He's not the happy emoji. There's a tornado, he's the poo emoji, and he's upset. But anyways, so Sunday I gotta say, I'm amazed. I did that onion casserole, that Tennessee onion casserole. I wasn't sure. You know, that's been my best performing long form video. That's got now over 700 views. That's my shorts. I've never had one, but that just shows the community. That's not the video, that's the community pushing it into the algorithm and helping. So every time you know, because you know, a lot of times when you watch your videos, the analytics, you'll see it. It'll start. If you figure out what time to release it, you'll get people that'll hit it. It'll climb, and then it might dip a little bit, then climb, and then all of a sudden just flat lines. I mean, flat. Like if I was to have a stroke right now and tip over, and I was in the obituaries tomorrow, that kind of a flat line. But it just dies. This one just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing every day, and it shows me on my analytics that the majority was new viewers too. The ones that are viewing it, the majority was new viewers, which I'm happy. I'm so happy. That's great. But that's the best. I was so excited. I'm like, hey, this thing keeps climbing. So anyways, I appreciate everybody really pushing that video. People have been pushing my playlist. I'm trying to really push this community good, because it's a good community to have homesteading and gardening and cooking. It really is a good community, because homestead, gardening, cooking is all about family, together, working hard, living your life, minding your own dang business, and just feeding your family, in my opinion. That's what I like about it, is it's hard work, but you get a successful yield. It was all worth it. You're eating your own yield, your own food you've helped create or grow, not create, but grow. But anyways, so I did the second video to that video where I've made a couple changes, and I do a side-by-side of the original Tennessee onion casserole versus what I changed it to. And then next Sunday, I'm doing a third version, because I want to make it not just a side dish. Leonard, I'll put you on the list. You're gonna be on the list for sure for watching playlists. I'm gonna do the third version of that Tennessee onion casserole by making it more of a solid, where you can actually serve it as a whole, the meal. It would be a true casserole, where it's going to have a bunch of stuff in it, with the base, still the majority of the base being that Tennessee onion casserole, but making it so it's a filling, it's got protein, it's got everything in it you need for a complete meal. So yeah, everybody's doing good. I'm hoping, you know, everybody's helping me out. I really appreciate it. You don't know how much I appreciate it. And like I said, we try to help each other out. The more we can help each other, everybody can grow. Grandma Teresa's there. I almost said Mother Teresa. Grandma Teresa's there, Natty's there. Other people are close. Misty's close to partial. And I know there's others that are getting close and growing. And we get enough people. You get 5 or 10 people that, you know, are close or partial or monetized, and they stick together and really help each other out and help other growing channels. It's going to be a force. It's going to be hard to be. It's going to be slow. It's going to be hard to slow it down, because you're always pushing it into the algorithm, and people are watching and commenting and interacting, and that's what is really, I think, the most important thing about videos and anything. If you're not interacting in your garden every day, it's not going to be a good garden. If you're not interacting with your family or your spouse or your friends on a regular basis, it's going to fail. It's no different than anything else in your life. Go take some meds, Amy. I'm going to call this now. Like I said, I got to do inside the house now, or I'll get yelled at tonight. Got a big frying pan in there. I thought my wife bought it the one day at the store so I could start doing some, you know, some cast iron cooking, and that's not what it's for. I guess it's for me. If I don't vacuum and do the laundry, I guess it's something for me, I guess. I don't know why my name's on it. She wrote my name on it. I don't know why, but anyways. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. Thanks for spending time in my garden. Try to do another one next week with the trellis and some other updates. Everybody have a great day. It is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday, and we're at the weekend. And we are getting very close to Christmas. So everybody be safe so we can get in and healed up. Pray and just hope that everybody can heal up before the holidays so we can spend time with our family, pain-free, sickness-free, and just enjoy each other's company and food and just help each other out. So with that said, peace out to everybody. Enjoy your day, and thanks again for being here.